friends, my name is Nozaki, and that clip that you just watched at the beginning of the video, I know it seemed rather weird, but that is actually, I believe it is my first jet kill in Battlefield 4. I know that's sort of astounding to you, as I can't get out of this rut right here, but that may be sort of astounding to some of you ace pilots, but I'm absolutely awful in jets. I think I might have gotten another kill the other day, but I have like 4 total kills, but this video is going to be an odd video for me because for the most part this normally doesn't happen, and it's one of these games that can sort of only happen on Caspian border because it's going to be tank centric, you know. Normally I might hop into a vehicle for a life, maybe 2, but I usually don't straight up vehicle whore, which I guess to an extent I really didn't in this video, but you know what, if it's available I'm taking it, and that's just how it works. So I decided to push up on this right side, and I get this gentleman in the back right here, and I really was sort of surprised at first by how few people there were. You know, this is the beginning of the round. I mean, Battlefield players tend to be a little bit tardy in their haste of getting out of the spawn, but very, very quickly right here it just turns into giant fustercluck Battlefield 4 edition. So I get out of my tank because there's nobody around, and I plant, and then I get back inside my tank, thankfully, before my teammate stole it. I'm not sure if he actually would have there, but in all likelihood, I'm sure he... No, in all likelihood, I'm sure he would have, but I saw this gentleman sneak by, and I'm using HMG and IRNV. I really like the IRNV in these close quarter situations, but... And I get this gentleman here with a splash from, I believe, yeah, this is AP shell. Sometimes I use, you know, the high explosive shell, but as you can see, that's what, 4 guys running to go defuse the bomb, and my accuracy wasn't pristine there, but I get 2 of them defusing, one of them gets away, and I see you, mister, I see you, mister. I can't tell if that's a support or if it's a recon, but all I know is Mr. Guy over here definitely has C4, and I'm not falling for his kung fu treachery. And here he comes, he's a support. You get nothing, but as you can see, I'm sort of backing up from all these support players, and I'm getting myself into a very bad position. And then I go to plant again, because to the best of my knowledge, there still aren't that many players around. I've eliminated the majority of them, and then I hastily get back in my tank, and then look at this again. I shoot that gentleman right in the face, no defusing my bomb. And then I thought there might be an incoming projectile, and I was sort of dodging. And then some guy gets slams on me. I get one more gentleman trying to defuse the bomb. But there just comes a certain point where I simply can't deal with all these people. And I know I'm playing in this really stationary position. But as you can see, I'm just trying to get rid of all of these players trying to defuse the objective. And then as soon as I speed up, the slams that have been on me detonate. I didn't actually see that gentleman put slams on me. Kudos to him, I guess. 12 kills, 2 objective plants, and I get nothing. Simply, the enemy team simply overpowered me through their sheer numbers. But it's not a big deal because this handy-dandy transport chopper has the ability to spawn in it, and I can easily, in just a moment here after we get slammed into by several stingers, I jump out, and then it's, once again, we're right back on B, and I didn't plant here because I just wanted... Well, first I was trying to engage the enemy, and I knew I had friendlies on the objective with me, so I knew that they would plant for me. I figured I should probably go do something a little bit more useful with my life, which at this current point was sit in a corner and regain health, and then I was trying to throw minis there, but it kind of worked out because nobody shot me in the face. I get another gentleman with hip fire, and then I was going for the double there, but I can't quite get them all. I mean, look at that. That is... Okay, let me count here. That's 7, and then I believe an 8th guy shows up. That is 8 people literally on one objective. I am one person with a gun with 31 rounds in it. I can only do so much. And then right here, I sort of... I'm not gonna lie, I went AFK right here, and then I eventually spawned back in on this gentleman in the tank over here on this right side, because this right side, at least for getting B, is a much better route to push if you were to ask me. I don't think that trying to push the left side is very successful because almost everyone's looking that way. It's the direction your spawn's from, and almost all the tanks and engineers have clear angles at you, so I almost always prefer to push this this right side. I know I'm letting the tank do most of the heavy lifting here, but I believe I get out in a moment because this gentleman was just being a little bit too stationary for me. But then I get immediately back in because I realize that he's my most viable way of pushing up, albeit slowly. Because I'm watching that number over in the left-hand bottom corner, and it's down to 28 right now, and that's getting dangerously close to a loss for us, because basically at about 15 seconds left, 15 tickets left, the enemy team just all swarms the objective, and then that's some pristine accuracy with the SG-553, which I know I haven't used in a video yet, but for the most part I really won't be talking about it in this video because that wasn't really... This video I really wasn't using the SG-553, I was using the tank for the most part, and that's a lot of hit markers, and I'm not exactly the most accurate person with the Rex, although it has a really awkward bullet velocity, and the iron sights are also sort of, I'm not going to say they're bad, but they're definitely not the best, but as you can see right here, I got really excited once we got this last objective. I'm going crazy on this guy's tank, and then I figured he's got enough reps, right? And then I try and protect him from getting slammed because I know I don't want to get slammed, and then recons everywhere. Can someone just explain that to me, how they can put 8 players on the objective and then they can also have recons in each of those watchtowers and have tanks and have a rush jet? I'm not good at math, but that just doesn't add up to me. Unless, no, I literally have nothing. And then pushing up on the second base, for a moment I thought, you know, I'll go infantry, but I literally look back in the minimap towards the spawn and the tanks are sitting there. No one's using them. I mean, everyone's running on foot. Sure, people can respawn in a tank, but literally, that gentleman gets a tank, and then I run past him, and then, oh look, there is a second tank sitting right next to him. And no one's gonna get in this thing, so I figured why not just push it myself, you know? This is easily a tool that, you know what, I'm just gonna essentially, the way I look at tanks is, well, the tank's getting hit and I'm not. I can bail and somehow not have damage on me. I know you can get yourself into some prickly situations where, you know, you'll go down with the tank, and that is an admirable thing to do a lot of the time, but for the most part, once I get in a tank, that's like GG no re. It's like, bro cookie, I might die one of these days, but it's not going to be in this tank. And I definitely like to push this left side, like the far left side, as you can see. I don't necessarily consider it a flank, but I mean, literally, there's one guy over there who I'm not going to fire at because I'm nowhere near accurate enough with the HMG. I believe I come over across this rock and then I pick off one guy because essentially I don't really want to compromise my position at this point. I get that, yes, I get that gentleman right there with a headshot, and then I don't really want to compromise my position for the most part. I mean, at this point my position's really obvious, so I'm just straight up going for it. And then I get 2 more gentlemen, very smart, very cheeky, and then I somehow get a double suppression assist. And if I could just talk right now about weaponry in tanks, I'm not sure how many of you people are tank aficionados, and the rush jet bails me out there, I thought, except he still lives. But I end up cleaning him up right there. But for those of you guys who are aficionados of tanks, what's your opinion on LMG versus HMG? Because my opinion of HMG versus LMG, yeah, the HMG overheats a little bit slower than the LMG. I think in Battlefield 3 it didn't overheat at all, but if I'm not correct, I believe in this game it can overheat, and I have reached that point a multitude of times. But it requires this really precision pinpoint aiming, and I don't know what this guy was doing, but I believe my teammates assisted me on this one because I'm not sure I had enough ammo to even finish this gentleman up. But I do want to know, what is your opinion on sort of HMG versus LMG on your tanks, or do you guys still run staff shell post-patch? I used to run that thing religiously, but after the patch it just does so little damage. I'm better off having an anti-infantry option because, as you can see, in just 2 lives as a tank, I think I've tried to get people have tried to C4 me 3 or 4 times, and I got slammed once. And this, unfortunately, I do not hit a sort of lead trick shot on this jet, and I got out to repair, but all is for naught because the rush jet comes back and blows up the tank. But thank God I was not inside the tank when he comes to do... Like, look, okay, I'm waiting for the rush jet because I thought he would come back around for seconds. And then I believe I get out to do a full repair because I didn't think the rush jet was going to come back around, but then all of a sudden out of nowhere he just shows up and I live somehow with 16% health. Thank you base dice, because I'm not sure I could have lived that otherwise. But I would like to know your guys' opinion of tanks post-patch, you know, what loadouts you guys run. I actually found out the other day that reactive armor is almost completely useless, so at least in my opinion, I tend to run autoloader now instead of it. But okay, right here, I was a little bit surprised I hit that shot into that tank right there. But then this is like phase optic trick shot YYZZ. Like, okay, the jet's flying along and I think, alright, what's the lead on this? And I thought this would be way too much lead. YOLO. Boom! That's like LeBron James from downtown and just swish. I don't think I could hit that shot again in a million years if you ask me to, but I hit it right there, and I was like crying into my headset for the longest time. I don't think I regained my composure until about here, which is very handy dandy because it happens to be when I came up on this left side, and dice is a little bit silly, and you can call me alright, you can call me a little bit of a dirty player right there, but you know what? That I have been killed by one too many overpowered rush jets, and dice has done nothing to nerf them, so that thing can easily eat a giant hole into me. I am not going to die to another one. I'm easily going to shoot in the spawn if I get the availability, but right here, I didn't know where to go, because for the longest time, at least back on Xbox 360, on Battlefield 3, Caspian border, you could at least, you know, and the jet escapes my fangs that time, and I believe he was rather irate, and he and the tank eventually gang up on me, but there wasn't this like barricade along this wall, and yeah, the blood glitch is really nice, dice, but at least I'm in my tank where it won't affect me for now. But yeah, on this left side, you literally have to come all the way around to the point I'm at right now, and then you'll see it in a moment. I eventually figured it out, and I get over the barriers right here. But literally, that takes you right into the spawn where the enemy jet is. So I don't know why Dice thinks that's a good idea. And I know as I get completely rolled here by like an engineer and the tank, but I somehow managed to pick up the tank before this recon flying his remote control jet. Good job with the kill cams, Dice, but I can easily say at this point in time that even though I've already made 2 videos on the map, Caspian Border Rush isn't exactly my favorite cup of tea. I mean, Pip and Cheerio, it's great and all, but I mean, compared to the Battlefield 4 vanilla maps, it's definitely pretty good, but I wouldn't say that it's anything to gawk over. And the SG553, I know I didn't really get a chance to talk about it, but it is super baller, and I will have to make a video about it sometime, but at this point in time, my team is already playing, so I'm going to go ahead and talk about some other stuff, since it's pretty clear at this point we're going to win the game. And that stuff is Naval Strike is now out on Xbox One, and I believe it came out on PC today as well, so that's great. And I've played the maps, and they're thoroughly enjoyable, or nasal strife, as I like to call it. But I will have a gameplay for you guys on that tomorrow. And then word on the street is Rent a Server on console might be coming out soon thereafter. So that's relatively neat, and I look forward to those things highly. So I want to thank you guys very much for watching, and jet shot. And for your bonus clip, it's gonna be, I believe it's going to be this is like the only rubber banding issues I've ever run into ever, but this is like some extreme rubber banding. I don't even know what to call it, but I hope you guys enjoy that, and I will see you guys tomorrow, which is April Fool's Day, by the way. So I will totally do those things I said.